Hello, hello, my friends. Kristen here for a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. How is everyone doing today? Thanks for hanging out with me for a few minutes while I got the giveaway set up. I sometimes forget about that to the last minute. So you'll see I have a giveaway going on down at the bottom here. It says comment with hashtag sparkle to enter to win a prize from softflexcompany.com. Must be here at the end to win. So make sure you stick around till the end. If you enter, I will call your name. Hello, Zach. Hi, Gail and Ginny and Maria. Gail says your necklace and earrings are so cute. It's the time of year to get cute, isn't it? I have these little, the little snowman earrings from the teeny tiny collection, and then the large snowman as my pendant from the ceramic collection too. I think we made this a year or so ago, but you can still find these beads and you can get them on sale in the St. Nick of Time holiday sale going on right now. Isn't that a cute name? Miss Joyce came up with that. She's really good at coming up with cute names. But it's our last chance holiday sale. Everything in the holiday category is 25% off. And that includes things that are on sale or on closeout already. So in reality, you can get up to 45% off on those sale items. We have a ton of TierraCast that's still available in there, and things that are like the crucifix, the Celtic cross, the Sacred Heart button and charm. We also have the Star of David pendant, Star of David charm in there. We've got these gorgeous chandelier links. We actually have an abundance of these in the silver, which is surprising because most of the TierraCast in silver is long gone. But I think we had to order a hefty amount of these for some reason. I think we were going to put them in a kit and maybe it didn't work, or I don't know. So we have quite a bit of these. So I thought I would play with those beautiful cathedral links. They're a 5-in-1 link, and make these sparkly chandelier earrings with you. Yeah, I was surprised that the silver was still left because I was like, oh, let me go see which ones we have. And most TierraCast, the silver is really out of stock or very, very close. These, we have a bunch left and they're on sale. So we'll be playing with that today. And what else do we got going on? Oh, let's see. I think we have the marathon happening over in the Softflex VIB studio. Let me find my calendar here. There we go. Today is the 11th. So for December 11th, our prop today. Oh, it's Create Snowman Jewelry. Look at that. I didn't even do that on purpose. So there you have it. I'm inspiring you with my snowman jewelry I have on today. Create Snowman Jewelry. This is the calendar we have for the whole month of December from the 1st to the 25th. And all you need to do is join us in the Softflex VIB Studio Facebook group. And we're not even worrying too much about having to do the prompts on the exact day. Since it's December and we're all really hectic, we're making this a little more streamlined for Joyful Beading, and that we choose all the winners in the new year based on everyone that entered. Use the hashtag Merry Beading to enter, and then you just share the prompt and a design or multiple designs with us. And we'll be choosing a winner. I think we decided on, let me see, we decided on 4 winners. And you'll each win Softflex store credit. Did we say how much here? I feel like it was $25. I must have forgot to put that on the calendar. $25 a piece. So there'll be 4 winners we'll choose in January from everyone that participates. And really, it's just a fun way to get you all creating and making lots of festive designs for jewelry or your home decor or ornaments or gifts or whatever it is that you've got going on. Just kind of give you a little guidance to get you using those creative juices to make some fun handmade items. Here's our last chance in the St. Nick of Time, 25% off. There's over 250 items on sale. It's our biggest sale of the year in terms of amount, I believe. And it's not valid with any other order discounts except for the closeout sale. And it ends tomorrow, December 12th at midnight Pacific time. There's lots of different stuff in there. We, in addition to just the holiday items, all of the holiday charms, the teeny tiny ceramics, I think the Snowy Day bead strand and bead mix are in there. So in addition to all of that holiday-ish stuff, I also put in a bunch of beads that were kind of gingerbread house inspired. So you'll find some brown beads, some like agates, and you'll find some pinks and some pink tourmalines and some sapphires and some citrine, lots of fun colors that I thought would kind of be reminiscent for a gingerbread house. Anything that was kind of candy-like. We had some tourmalines that were like little rectangles I put in there. So there's lots of stuff. So if you're over the holiday items per se, still take a look at the whole category, because there's a lot of just beads that I threw in there that feel like they just could be special any time of the year. We have some really fun lampwork beads that are in there that you can get, like variety packs of different lampwork. And those are really colorful and very fun. So yeah, so lots in there. Go check it out. Even if you're past wanting to buy holiday items, there's still tons to look at. And if you are still feeling festive and you want to get some last minute holiday things into your cart before this week, I think the shipping deadline in the US is for first class mail is maybe the 13th. And then for priority is maybe the 16th, somewhere around there. So this is our final week, our final push for you to get things in time for the holiday. Grab some kits, grab some tools, things like that. Grab a gift certificate if you don't know what you want, but you want to gift yourself a gift certificate or gift a beady friend, or tell someone that you love that this is what you want so that you can get supplies from us in the future. We do have Softflex gift certificates that you can find right on our website too. And they're sent through email. So they're also great for last minute shopping. So, all right. Who is joining us? So many people, Maria and Kim and Robin and Dana, Avanda. This is your paintings behind you. Always make you smile. Thank you. I moved a couple new ones around today because I was moving some stuff in my downstairs, and always fun to play. Shirley says, sparkle, a very good word for you today, Kristen. You are very sparkly. Fun fact, I have been called a nickname Sparkles on more than one occasion from different people, and it's always kind of made me laugh because I always think of glitter when I think of sparkles, and I'm not a huge glitter fan. And so whenever anyone's called me Sparkles, I've been like, oh, Sparkles. They're like, no, it's your sparkling personality. So I always get a kick out of it when anyone calls me sparkly, because it just seems to happen from time to time. And now I welcome it a little more than I used to. I don't know. I know there's a lot of glitter fans out there, though. So quite a few of you, I'm sure, are big time glitter fans. It's just always been a little too messy for me, and I've always kind of steer away. But I am going to make some sparkly jewelry, And I love like sparkly crystals and sparkly stones. And today we're going to be using some Czech glass rondelles that are super, super sparkly. Avanda says, my grandchildren call me Bling Bling Nanny. That's really cute. We have a nanny in our family. My husband's mother is called Nanny, and also on her grandkids, on the other side of her grandkids, they call them Nanny. And one of them became Burger King Nanny, which cracks me up because she would always take them to Burger King. So I think your Bling Bling Nanny is way better than being called Burger King Nanny. Shirley says diamond sparkle too. Yep, not just glitter. Yes. I think for some reason my mind always went to glitter, but I really like the diamond. Yes, I sparkle like a diamond. Becky says she loves glitter, but it is kind of a pain to work with. I know it gets everywhere, and it gets everywhere for like days on end, right? Oh, that's cute, Kim. My mini-me says us Vangon girls sweat glitter. You probably do because it gets everywhere. I'm sure of it. So we're going to give away the Snowy Day bead mix today. I think I did the bead strand on my last video. So we'll do the bead mix today. Super pretty. So go ahead and enter during the video and I will choose a winner at the end. And I really love these sparkling beads. I think we're almost out of stock on them. I pulled these beads because I thought we had a bunch left. They're both on sale as well. And I think we were down. These are like these really cute little polka dot leaf beads, leaf dagger beads. I think those are almost sold out. And I'm not sure how many we have left of these, but we've had these in the shop for a while. And I thought, oh, let's give these some love because I've always found them to be so pretty. I've used them a couple of times. And I think we're actually really close to selling out of these. Maybe Damien can check on for these ones and the leaf ones to see how many we have left. Because I think we're getting close. These are like 3x4 millimeter rondelles. So they're a smoky rondelle with an AB finish. And I love that they have like almost like a black diamond look to them, don't they? So we're going to get super sparkle-tastic with these sparkly earrings today. So we've got those we're going to use. We've got 2 of these Cathedral 5-in-1 links. You'll need 2 ear wires, just simple ear wires, and I'm going to be using Soft Touch in Fine. Zach has these leaves. Oh, good. I thought they were so cute when they came in to the shop, and I haven't had a chance to play with them yet. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to use those. And then all of a sudden, after I made my design, I'm like, oh, no, I don't think we have that many left. I don't think you're even seeing that they have like really cute polka dots on there. They're like blue, metallic polka dots on top of a black leaf shape. And here is our design. So you're going to need quite a few crimps for this. You're going to need 5 crimps for the bottom and 5 crimps for the top. So you need 10 crimps total per earring. So that's a lot of crimps. You might be able to get away with doing this design without the crimp by the leaf, but I really liked how it kind of stabilized the leaf a little bit. So I am going to keep it that way. And I also did this fun thing where I put the crimp after the bead. So it's like bead crimp. And I don't always remember to do that. And I think I like that because it's sort of a little bit hidden. And lastly, I went with Soft Touch on these. And the reason being is Soft Touch is much more flexible and 50% more flexible than our soft flex. And then I went with the fine diameter because I wanted it to be even softer. I wanted them to feel a little closer to thread. They're still a wire, so they're not going to be as loose as a thread would be, but they're a little closer and not quite as stiff as the soft flex would be. So that's why I went with our soft touch in the fine diameter, which is the 0.014. And we only have this one in satin silver color, which worked out just perfect because it just is great with those gray smoky beads. Works just fine. Dana says soft touch is perfect for that design. I know, I was so excited to get to use it because I don't use soft touch that often. I'm definitely a soft flex medium diameter user for 99% of my designs. But when I pulled out the soft flex and I got started, I just was like, ooh, it's just feeling a little bit stiff. We are sold out of the daggers. Oh, I'm sad that we are sold out of I'm happy we're sold out of the daggers, but I'm sad it took me all the way till today to use them. But if you have already purchased them, great tutorial for you. And if you have something else in your stash that's like a little drop, a leaf, kind of a leaf shape or a drop shape that has a top drill like this, that would work. That would work as well. So one of the things with using soft touch fine is I'm not going to be able to use my magical crimping pliers because those are really made for soft flex, and I can use them on soft flex fine or medium, but the soft touch fine is just not going to be, it's just not going to grip and hold on to it as well. Let me grab some of my crimps. I'm using the soft flex 2x2 millimeter crimp tubes in sterling silver. And then I'll just use my regular old school crimping plier for this design. I didn't do any crimp covers. You can always add that to your design element if you want to. Not a huge fan of crimp covers, which is why I love my magical crimping pliers so much, because I don't have to worry about it. But in this case, on earrings, I feel like it's okay. They just sort of disappear. Becky says she loves teardrop beads on the bottom of dangles. So the soft touch, I mean, look at this. I'm going to show you the difference. It's like, let me grab a soft flex. So here's a soft flex medium. If I can grab a piece out, and I'll just show like, okay, so you can see has a nice little drape, but it's definitely going to be a bit sturdier. So that's the medium. And then here is the soft touch fine. And it is very, very thin and very flexible, but it's still stainless steel. So this is still a stainless steel beading wire product. It's just our premium product because it goes through a little bit extra manufacturing to make it even thinner. And it feels very different. You'll feel that you need the magical crimper would just slide right off. The crimp would not hold because it just does not have enough of that weight on it that the soft flex does. But this wire is great if you want more of a thread-like drape. If you're doing multi-strand designs, if you're doing something like this, like I'm doing, where you really want to use a lot of different strands and you want it to lay really, really softly and closer to a thread. It's still a wire, so it's not going to be exactly like a thread, but it will give you closer to that kind of a feeling. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and cut 5 pieces of wire. I'm making sure I have quite a bit, at least 4 inches, maybe 5, just so I'm not finagling it too much, getting my crimps in and out. And then I got to cut this open. How many do we have left of these? You don't need to use a needle, Rhonda. Because it is a wire, it's still kind of stiff enough that you don't need a needle of any kind. Look how cute those are. Debbie, I think for the soft touch to go, it'll crimp just fine with the regular crimper. I'm going to use 2mm crimp tubes on the regular crimper. But if you wanted to use the magical, you'd probably have to do like, I don't know, I'd probably say you'd have to do like 6 strands. Because it's definitely thinner. I'm going to pick up my longest one I have so that I could do my, I'm going to work from the middle first. And then I'm going to place my little leaf on there. Grab a 2x2mm crimp tube on one side and then feed the wire back through on the other side. Pull that. And I'm going to position it nice and tight. I ended up doing this nice and tight on this one and right in the center. I want my crimp to be center lined with my leaf. I'm going to try and switch my hands here without hopefully taking it off kilter too much. And then I want to put my wires in there parallel so that they're not crossing over. And then I can go ahead and crimp. You're going to use the back notch first. These regular crimpers have 2 notches. They have a back notch, which is closest to the handle, and that is your crimper. And then your front notch is your rounder. We have 3 strands of these rondelles left. I can't believe it. I feel like the last time I looked, we had so many, and I was like, oh, why are those pretties not selling? And then now that I finally get a chance to use them, we're down to 3. So I put it in the crimper. You'll see what it does is give it a little divot. And then I'm going to put that divot into the rounder, into the front part on 90-degree angle. So the divot is facing out. My divot is going this way. It's like a C shape. And then I've got the divot going that way. I'm going to give it a squeeze. And what it does is it folds over. Let's see if I can get it to just like so. And now I'm going to use that top rounder a few more times. I'm going to go around it like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 times. And that just cinches it in there a little bit tighter. I'm going to trim off this piece of wire here, the shorter one, leaving my longer piece. And now it just looks like a pretty little head pin, kind of like a beading wire head pin. So we're going to do our middle strand, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rondelles, then a crimp, and then 1 more rondelle. So 7 total. We're going to string on 6. One more. Then we're going to string on another crimp. We're going to do one more rondelle. So that's our pattern. And now we're going to pick up our link, go through the center, take our wire back down through this first rondelle, and then also through this crimp tube. And now I'll scooch everything up, pull it and scooch everything up. And that will be our pattern. I'm going to go ahead and crimp it right here. And what's nice is doing this, I can get kind of closer to my link with that bead because the crimp is happening a little further away. And so I don't have to worry about leaving quite as much slack as I normally do. And then if you want to be super thoughtful, you can make sure to always have your folded part on the back side of your design. I tried to do that with this one and got a little, I don't know, I got a little distracted. So some of them are going one way, some of them are going the other way. And so this one, I won't worry too much about it either. But that is a way that you could say, okay, I always want the divot to be on this side. And it'll give it a little more finished look. There are a lot of crimps though. There were 10 crimps per earring. So I was definitely kind of like, I lost track. And then I'm just going to trim off that piece of wire that's still hanging. And there we've got our first dangle. Dana says, I like your positioning of the top crimp. Thanks, Dana. I've seen other people do that, like my friend Jill McKay. I know she likes to do that in a lot of her designs. And I don't always remember to think about it, but for this design, I was like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna give that a go. I think it's so pretty. Jill is such a good designer. Let me pick up one of these first. So now I'm going to do my next one. Hey, Julie. Hello, my Arizona desert friend. Julie, you've been posting all sorts of gorgeous designs as usual. I love seeing what you're up to. Maria asked, does the earring tarnish over time? Well, Maria, yeah, to some extent. I mean, I would say for most of my TierraCast does not tarnish very quickly. It seems to take a really long time. But all metals are going to tarnish with time unless they have a non-tarnish like coating or something added to it. So the way you can slow that down is by making sure to store your jewelry, your metal jewelry in like little plastic baggies would be one way to slow down the tarnishing aspect. But that is just a part of metal. And I will say, as far as components go, I have TierraCast some pieces that are like 20 years old, and they have pretty minimal tarnishing on them. So their products don't seem to tarnish quite as quickly as maybe some others, but any sterling silver is going to tarnish pretty quickly. And then you can hit it with one of those like non-tarnishing cloths. Pick up one of those polishing cloths, and that'll clean them right up. Or store them in plastic baggies or some way that they're not getting hit by the air as much. I think there's little, are there little like carbon inserts or something that you can add to your jewelry, how you store it too, and that will help with the tarnishing. So now I'm going to move to the second link, which is a little bit shorter. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 rondelles, then the crimp, and then a 5th rondelle at the top. I think we have a whole little article on metal tarnishing too, somewhere in our tips and tricks page, I think. So there's 4. I put on another crimp tube, and then here's number 5. And now I'm going to slide this one into the link next to the first one. Go back through the rondelle and go back through the crimp tube. Has anyone checked out the, oh gosh, I always say it wrong, Beadscapades? I think I did it. Nile's Beadscapades started today. And I think he had one video this morning, and he'll have another one at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So if you missed the first one, go check him out at Silver Silk and More. I'm sure he'll be using some fun Softlex products. He always does. He uses a lot of Softlex wire and Softlex craft wire. And I think our friend Christy Friesen is actually on at 3 p.m. today, 3 p.m. Pacific time today with him. And then look for Sarah and I. We'll be hanging out with him later this week. I don't think you hear birdies in the background, Kim. I'm inside. I don't have a window open. I do have a refrigerator that likes to make a lot of noise. Maybe that's chirping. Now we'll do the one on the end here. I love how the soft touch worked with these leaf dangles. I feel like sometimes when I try and get real tight like this with soft flex wire, they can be a little like, I don't know how to say it, but they just sort of like point in a weird direction, or they're almost like too stiff. And I was really happy with how the soft touch worked in this particular case. I really feel like the main key here is to just get your crimp nice and centered in line with that leaf, and then it'll be in a good spot. You don't want it to be like pushed off to one way or the other, and then you crimp it and then it stays in that position. So really make sure your crimp is centered. Right now I'm using the regular, we just call this the crimping plier. It's like the first crimping plier we've ever had. It's the first one I've ever used, and many of you might notice it too, as being the first one that you've had in your stash. I know there's lots of different ones nowadays. So our final link here, it just has 2 little rondelles, then the crimp, and then 1 more on top. So it goes 7, 5, and then 3. Maria, the only way you could do that is add wire to an earring without the top crimp would be to do this with like a craft wire or something and make them as links. But I feel like that would be a little stiff too. Or you can always do this with thread. We do sell thread now. And if you wanted to do something like this with thread, you could. Oh, I forgot to go back into my crimp here. My original idea was to do thread. And then when I sat down, I was like, maybe I'll do soft flex. And then I was like, no, it's too stiff. And then soft touch came to mind. And I'm so happy because I don't really use thread that much. And so knotting and threading, and I was going to make this like, okay, I'm going to use the thread. and then I came up with a better plan for myself. But if you like thread, this design would work out well with that too. Since these are Czech glass rondelles, they should be pretty neat and consistent in size and in the hole, and you don't have as many issues with that, with this type of bead cutting through thread like you would if it was a stone of some kind. But for me, soft touch was like the best of both worlds. I had the beading wire and I had the thread-like feel. But I have to use a lot of crimps. Terry says, if you are running it through a hole, you could run the wire through the hole, then string onto the 2 strands. There might be, you can get the wire up and through both, through twice. So if you're saying maybe do the crimp at the bottom, do that, come back, go around, and then come back down. Yeah, you might be able to do that too. I think for me, I was worried about just the integrity of the leaf laying perfectly straight the way I wanted it to. And for me, I needed to crimp down here next to the leaf to make that happen. But you could possibly just go up. Let's try it. I'll cut this one free, but let's try what I'm thinking and see what it looks like. What if we put the crimp in the center more here of the wire? We go up. Like so. So now at this point you have 2 wires because you haven't crimped it off. So you're going to have to go down 2, and then you're going to have to work your way back down again, which might be a little tricky. That's what I thought anyway. So I haven't crimped anything yet. So if I were, well, I'm just going to do it on this last one just to see how it works. So if I have to go through here, now I've got 2 wires, and I have to take both of those wires back down again and then crimp it towards the leaf. I've got one of them. Where's the other one? Okay, well, I got through one, so you can get 4 soft touch fine through these beads. Go again. If I only use one of those wires, then it's not going to be connected. I think I have to crimp to get one of these off. I can't just, can I? Can I just use one? See, this feels a lot more clunky to me. I'd rather just crimp at the bottom. So let's see what happens if I just go down one. Maybe I can without it coming loose. Okay, and I gotta go through this crimp here. Okay, so I did it, but this is not ideal for what I want to happen. Now, can I figure out a way of getting that tighter? Let's see. The other thing that's happening is it's so much stiffer. Look what's happening because there's so much wire going through those beads. Yeah, I don't want to lose that flexibility. Exactly. So that's why my mind went this way. So it does take an extra crimp, but for this particular design, I feel like you need it to maintain the integrity of it. All right, so let's do the next side. It was nice to try it just because sometimes I feel like I make things more complicated than they need to be. And so I thought, maybe I don't need all those crimps. Let's give it a go. And but it didn't quite work for me. Maybe if you have like a very fine, the really, really thin one, going back and forth would be okay. And then you'd need to change your crimp size to being a little smaller though. You'd be using the 1x1 crimps instead of the 2x2 most likely, which might work. Might work for you. What did you guys think of Joyce's sports video on Friday? Did any of you catch it? We got those cute little sports balls in, which are fun for your sports fans or your grandkids or teen kids that play on sports, school sports or college sports. I liked the ornament idea that she shared. It's been so nice to have Joyce hanging out with us on Fridays. It's cool to have a few different ideas and perspectives, right? With each of us, we all create a little bit differently. Sarah, Joyce, and I. Robin says, yes, I really enjoyed her class. And Zach says, yes, I seen it. Joyce was adorable. Joyce is always adorable. She's got adorable down. Dana says she had a lot of cute gift ideas. Yeah, I feel like Joyce definitely brings the cute factor. All right, so now I'm going to go up here, get this done on this side. It's a nice way to start your weekend too, right? Having some fun, cute ideas to be shared. Sarah and I were doing some kit work last Friday. I was excited about new kits coming down the pipeline, and we are working on some fun things for all of you for 2024. No peeking. I can't share any secrets just yet. Hi, Lisa. I love that you're often able to watch live again too. Happy to see you. Welcome back. Isn't it nice to know your friends are here for you whenever you can make it? I'm happy to be a little less on a time constraint today because my older son he's done with his regular week of classes and just has finals this week. And so he was able to pick up my younger son from school today, and I didn't have to rush out of here. And boy, is it a lot more fun when I have time to play. Instead of feeling like the last time the refrigerator guy was here, I felt like I was on one of those Hot Wheels car commercials. Remember those? Like so super fast they talk. That's how I felt last week. Or those little disclaimers at the end of advertisements, and they have to talk super fast to get it all in. They haven't fixed my fridge yet either, which is a bit of a bummer. It's still working okay. It's just like makes this terrible noise all day long that we're all over it in the house. Oh no, I lost my crimp. Hold on. So sometimes when you get most of the time really, when I get my crimp into my tool, and before I squeeze, I sometimes just like scoot it down just a little closer to my bead. That's a way you can kind of get in there a little closer before you crimp. I know, Gail, it costs so much. Our fridge is pretty old, so we're on the fence of what to do about it. Right now, it's still like functioning. It's just super loud, and we have to keep unplugging it to like reset it and stop it from making a noise. We'll have to figure it out probably after the holidays. We'll deal with that in January if they can't fix it. All right, maybe I got a little too close on that one, but I'm going to see how it looks anyway. I can always cut it free and redo it if I don't like how it's hanging. How it's hanging. Luckily, I have a really good friend who is an appliance salesperson. So I'm hopeful that they can help us out if we actually do need to purchase a new fridge. They helped us out with our mattress a few years ago, which was awesome. Having an appliance person is kind of a big deal. I don't have too much need to buy appliances, but when you do, it's kind of a big deal, right? Kathy says, these are really pretty. And Teresa loves this design. Thank you. Oh, yeah, Terry, that's a good idea. One of the best appliance shops here has a back room for dinged and dented appliances. You can save a ton for a small blemish. Yep. We do that. My husband and I have done that a lot with like TVs and stuff. Like we'll buy the floor model and just like an open box situation, you know, and this way we can get like a nicer gadget, but just open box. So save a little bit on there. So that's good to remember. Thank you. And then you just have to attach the top to your ear wire. That is it. Oh, that's so good to have in the family, Ginger. That's like mechanics too. It's lovely to have a mechanic in the family, a master electrician. Because when that stuff goes wrong, man, you got to have someone on your side helping you out. Ah, I love these. They're so sparkly. And I dig like that kind of smoky vibe of those crystals. I shouldn't call them crystals. They're Czech glass. Of those Czech glass. I think they're so pretty. Aw, hi, honey. Hey, Brent Fagan. Who is the beautiful woman making jewelry? I'm going to put these on now. Let's see. Which side? Oh, there we go. That looks great. Now you have to take me out for a night out, babe. We got to go out for a nice dinner so I can wear some fancy sparkle earrings. So pretty. I know I haven't made chandelier earrings in so long too. I was thinking the same thing, Jessica. I was like, I got to make some fun earrings. And I'm sure all of you have some leaf beads around, don't you? So what a fun new way to use those leaf beads. I sometimes get stumped. I know Kim Vagone probably doesn't get stumped with using leaf beads because you always have some really pretty leaves in your designs. But I do. Oh, before I go, I want to share, I'm going to pick a winner in just a minute here. But before I go, I want to share that I am doing an art fundraiser to get my youngest son a violin. He is the musician in our family, and he plans to go away to college and study some more music and composition. And he has been using the same violin right now for about 5 or 6 years. And so he really needs to upgrade to a professional one, and they're really expensive. So I started this over the summer. You might have seen that I've talked about it in previous videos. I have this little collection of portal paintings that I created specifically to help him raise some money. And I have a link to my Facebook page, which has an album Damien just shared that with all of you. And I do have I'm about 50% sold out on the collection. But if you want to go take a look, they start at this size, which is the 2x2 size. And then I have a few left in the 3x3 size here. And then the largest size is 6x6. And these are on really thick gallery canvases. So if you've ever wanted to pick up a little art from me and help me out with my art fundraiser in the process to get my kiddo a new violin, I'd so appreciate you taking a look and checking them out. I think I'm going to go live on my Facebook page tomorrow and just kind of hand show each of them that are left. And this way everyone can get kind of a final look before the end of the year. I'm hoping to take him shopping while he's on school break because he's always so busy. He can never find any time. But yeah, it's been really successful, Kim. It's been great. I started painting these back in March. I launched them for sale in July, and then I just did another launch last week, kind of just pushing through them again. And I'm about just a little over half sold. And so we've got, I think I've got about $800 towards a violin for him right now. I was hoping to get close to $1,000 to $1,500. They run about $3,000 to $4,000 on the lower end. So really, we're just working to get a deposit down, and then we can help him out by paying it off, the rest of it off over some time. But it's been a fun project. I've never done anything like this before, and it's been really rewarding to do this. And it's also he's really excited that the reality of getting a new violin is in reach. No, they're all on canvas. So these are canvas. I have them on actual little canvases here, 2x2. And then I also did some on canvas board. So these are flat, and you could stand them up on a little easel, and that's what I show the pictures on, is they're on a little easel stop. Or you can lean them up against something, or you could put a magnet on the back if you want to. But these are flat. And then these are the big mamas. Oh, Kim, yeah, a friend went through violin upgrades. Her son went to Juilliard. Yep. We toured Juilliard this summer to check it out. It's not one of the schools he was applying to, because he's also a science major. And Juilliard is really you're all in on music, or you're all in on performing, or whatever it is, whatever art you're choosing to do to go there, which is awesome. It was really fun to tour it and really check it out. And it's a wonderful school, but he's looking for schools where he can do dual degree. So that wasn't on his list. However, we did tour it because it's just one of those schools that's just amazing to see, and always lots and lots of fantastic artists, like our friend Sam from Sam's Bead Shop. He went to Juilliard too for singing. Thanks, Kim. Kim says, I love your little paintings. What a wonderful way to help your son. I feel like it's a really good lesson for him too, right? About kind of getting a little creative and how you can put something together and do things that are a little outside of the norm to try and raise money for something you're looking to do. And in this case, always looking to support the arts. So I thank you for hanging out with me today, and I'd appreciate if you go check it out. Even if you just want to comment or like or share, that would be awesome too. Even if purchasing one is not something you can do right now, that's not a big deal. I'd love for you to just, share it with your friends and family, or comment on something too. That helps other people see it. Yes, high-end music. Yeah, there are lots of awesome schools. Yeah, he's got quite a few really cool ones. So we won't know more until the spring of next year, because he's still kind of in that applying, auditioning, interviewing. They have so many steps now, so we won't know anything about that until next year. But I'll let you all know where he ends up once he decides. All right, everybody, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Check out our friend Nile. Join us on Wednesday. I think we have a beading party on Wednesday. I'm trying to remember who it is. I don't know. I can't recall. But usually we do at 3 p.m. Pacific time with Sarah. We should have our next beading party. And then we'll have Joyce again on Friday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Check out our holiday sale and the holiday category going on that ends tomorrow. And then we'll have something new for you on Wednesday. Don't forget to choose a winner. Thank you, Damien. He could tell I was going through my little spiel. Let's see. Giveaway tool. Let's go ahead. We need to choose a winner. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little extra long free spirit beading today. We've got 66 of you. Anyone else want to sneak in there with the hashtag sparkle? Now is your chance. All right, here we go. Who's it gonna be? Margaret on Facebook. Hooray! Hooray, hooray. Margaret, let us know that you're here. You must be here at the end when I choose your name. So be sure to let us know in the comments. Woohoo! You're gonna get a sparkly snowy day bead mix for free. This was one of our mixes made with our friends over at Jesse James Beads. It's an exclusive to us here at Softlex Company. Margaret's here. Hooray, Margaret. Please send us an email at info@softlexcompany.com and let us know your shipping information, and we will get your prize out in the mail ASAP. Congrats, Margaret. Thank you all for being here with me today. Whoops, wrong one. Love you all. And I will see you next Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time for our next episode of Free Spirit Beading. Have a wonderful creative week. I'll check you out over in the VIB studio, and please keep sharing all of your Merry Beading posts for the marathon going on over there. Bye, everybody.